the system works, but also in terms of when the networks are built in communicating back the likely outcomes of different management options in their systems. So they're really useful for that kind of stakeholder involvement. So the timetable for activity this morning. So the plan is that we start now and I just do a short introduction and we divide ourselves up into the groups. Then we'll spend about half an hour defining the problem in each of our volunteer cases. And you've already done a lot of that work in terms of your stakeholder engagement and the work that you've done in those cases so far. And I'll show you a little example just to show how you define the problem. But we'll spend most of that time identifying variables. Then we'll start on the network diagrams and actually start trying to put those variables together in a network. And we'll have a coffee break and then come back to that network construction. And then at about 11:15, we'll start looking at the variable states. So each of our variables will have a state, whether that's low, medium, high, or yes, no. So we'll look at how we might define those states for each of our variables. And then at the end, what we'll do is we'll have a short feedback session so that each of the groups can present to the rest of the groups about what they've managed to achieve so far, what their network looks like, and we'll have some reflection on the process in terms of how easy, the significant problems that turned up along the way, and how we might engage stakeholders in that process. And then finally, I'll do a very short summing up at the end. So that's our plan for this morning. Hopefully, we'll be able to stick to it. We'll see how